Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the 5 best electric chainsaws of 2026, and trust me, some of these might surprise you. Whether you're clearing storm damage, prepping firewood, or just maintaining your backyard, I've put these saws through real-world torture tests so you don't have to. We're talking about power, battery life, and value for money. Stick around because by the end, you'll know exactly which one deserves a spot in your garage. And hey, don't forget to check the description below for all the buy links, and while you're at it, smash that like button, share this with your fellow DIYers, and hit subscribe so you never miss another review. Starting at number 1, we have the Ryobi 40 VHP. Now, right off the bat, I need to point out something important about this saw. It has a handguard but no chain brake. That means when you press the safety and squeeze the trigger, the chain starts running immediately. And honestly, experienced chainsaw users are not going to love that feature. It takes some getting used to, and it does feel a little unsafe if you're not paying attention. Performance-wise, the Ryobi struggled a bit during testing, recording only 11 full cuts on a 12-inch diameter willow log. It's also worth noting that the saw barely had enough usable bar length to make it through the log in a single cut. Now, on the upside, this is one of the most affordable chainsaws in the entire test, and it comes with a 5-year limited warranty, though the battery only gets 3 years of coverage. I actually really like the traditional, unsophisticated chain tensioning system, and Ryobi includes a clever wrench holder right in the handle of the saw, which is super convenient. Plus, Ryobi has over 85 products that run on their 40-volt battery platform, so if you're already using Ryobi tools and already have the battery, you can pick up this saw for only $189, and that's a pretty solid deal for budget-conscious buyers. Moving on to number 2, we have the Worx Power 20 V-Share. Think of this as the little brother to the Worx Nitro, and it was actually the lightest chainsaw in the entire test. It runs on a single 20-volt battery, which keeps things simple. Now, I have to be honest, the Worx recorded significantly lower scores than some of the heavy hitters in this lineup, but it also costs about a quarter of the price, so you really get what you pay for. This saw is meant for very light work. We're talking pruning small branches and trimming bushes. You are not going to be bucking firewood with it, period. It has a similar chain tensioning system to the Nitro but with a different knob design. My honest recommendation? Spend the extra money and step up to the Worx Nitro. Even if you only need a saw for light duty in the backyard, the Nitro will perform significantly better for you and give you way more bang for your buck. Number 3 is the Ego Power Plus 18-inch chainsaw, and this is where things start getting interesting. Ego makes a wide variety of battery-powered outdoor tools, trimmers, chainsaws, leaf blowers, and they even have a zero-turn riding lawn mower, so they clearly know what they're doing. Their 18-inch chainsaw offers some genuinely cool features, including an LED light so you can see what you're cutting in low-light conditions, plus a fast-charging 56-volt battery. Unfortunately, that battery drained relatively quickly during testing, and the Ego only managed 11 cuts through a 14-inch diameter log before giving up. The chain tensioning system is cool in theory, it's just one knob to tighten or loosen, but in the field, it got gummed up with debris, and I actually had to take the saw apart to get it working again, which was frustrating. Extra batteries are still pricey, but you can find them online for substantially cheaper than DeWalt's extra batteries, so that's something to keep in mind if you're considering this one. Number 4, and this is my pick for best value, is the DeWalt Cordless 12-inch saw. This little workhorse is capable and reliable, and most importantly, it's significantly less expensive than the top-tier Echo chainsaw. If you already run DeWalt tools and have a DeWalt 20-volt 5-amp-hour battery lying around, then the deal gets even sweeter. To be fair, this saw is noticeably slower than the Echo and it's heavier too, but if you're not going to be doing entry work or heavy-duty jobs in the backcountry, then those deficits might not matter much to you. During testing, I cut up a big oak limb in my yard and found the DeWalt to be completely up to the task. At its widest, the limb was about 14 inches in diameter, which practically speaking is a little too big for this compact electric chainsaw. If I put too much pressure on the DeWalt, it would stall out. But honestly, you can't blame it for that when you're working above its weight class. In the end, I got the job done just fine with plenty of battery life to spare. Overall, I think this saw is an awesome bargain, and it makes perfect sense for lighter duty around the yard or at camp. And finally, number 5 is the Worx Nitro 40V Power Share, which lands in our mid-size chainsaw category. If you want an affordable chainsaw to cut down small jobs in the backyard or around camp, this is a solid choice. But let's get the bad news out of the way first. The saw got bogged down with sawdust during the disc cutting test, and I had to keep banging the housing on the log to knock the blockage free. And yes, these saws were tested pretty roughly. I'm not sure if ultimately the saw's batteries died or if it overheated, but either way, it only made 13 cuts through a 12-inch diameter log, which is decent but not spectacular. However, when I took it out for more practical uses, clearing trails and felling small trees, the Worx performed much better. It handled everything I threw at it, and by the end of the day, I was convinced the saw was a pretty damn good deal at just over $300. The one-dial tensioning system worked nicely at first, but it eventually gave into the abuse and the saw ultimately threw the chain. Under regular working conditions, not a torture test, I would have stopped to take the saw apart and properly tighten the chain, so keep that in mind. So there you have it, the 5 best electric chainsaws of 2026. Whether you go with the budget-friendly Ryobi, the ultralight Worx, the feature-packed Ego, the value-driven DeWalt, or the capable Worx Nitro, each of these saws has something unique to offer depending on your needs. My personal recommendation? If you're looking for the best balance of price and performance, that DeWalt is really hard to beat. But I want to hear from you, which one would you pick? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, all the buy links for these chainsaws are waiting for you right in the description. If this review helped you out, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with someone who's shopping for a new saw, and hit that subscribe button for more honest reviews every single week. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.